Hello, good day. This is the group 5. So we would tackle as of today about the open system interconnection. So we would also describe how a data transfers over the network from one computer to the other and the way the system send information to one another. So before we start our discussion, let us try to explain it first. What is the open system interconnection?
Okay, what is open system interaction? Open system interaction model describe how a data transfer over the network from one computer to the another, and they way the system send information to the one another. Next is, in order to accomplish a successful communication between computer, there are 7 distinct layers which are interconnected and which work closely to make the communication happen. That is why it's called the open system interconnection model, or the OSI. We have 7 layers model. The purpose of this model is to enable functionality and interoperability between different vendors and connectors.
From a design point of view, it divides larger tasks into smaller, more manageable ones. The 7 layers of OSI model are layer 1, physical layer, layer 2, the data link, layer 3 is about the network, layer 4 is the transport, layer 5 is session, and layer 6 presentation, and the last one is layer 7, which is the application.
Physical layer. Physical layer or layer 1 is the electrical physical layer of the model. This layer encompasses the network cables, power plugs, cable pin out, wireless radio, frequencies, connectors, transceivers, receivers, repeaters, pulses of light, electric voltage, etc. At this layer, the model transmits the digital data bits from the source or sending devices. Physical layer over network communication media, which can be electrical, mechanical, or radio to the receiving or destination devices. Physical layer. Data link layer or layer 2. The data link layer is responsible for the node-to-node delivery of the message. The main function of this layer is to make sure data transfer is error-free from one node to another. Over the physical layer, when a packet arrives in a network, it is the responsibility of DLL to transmit it to the host using its MAC address. Data link have 6 layers also. First is framing. Framing is a function of the data link layer. It provides a way for a sender to transmit a set of bits that are meaningful to the receiver. Next is flow control. It is a set of measures taken to regulate the amount of data that a sender sent so that a fast sender does not overwhelm a slow receiver. Next is reliable delivery. If a link layer protocol provides the reliable delivery service, then it guarantees to move each network layer datagram across the link without error. Next, half duplex and full duplex. The term for full duplex describes simultaneous data transmission and reception over one channel. And half duplex device can only transmit in one direction at one time. Next is error detection. Errors when bits are transmitted over the computer network. They are subject to get corrupted due to interference and network problems. Next is the last one is multiple access control. Multiple access control, if there is a dedicated link between the sender and the receiver, then data link control layer is sufficient. The network layer control the operation of the subnet. The main aim of this layer is to deliver packet from source to destination across multiple networks. If two computers are connected on the same link, then there is no need for a network layer. It routes the signal through different channels to the other end and act as a network controller. It also divides the outgoing message into packets and to assemble incoming packets into message for higher levels. In broadcast network, the routing problem is simple, so the network layer is open, thin, or even non-existent. Function of the network layer. It translates logical network address into physical address concerned with circuit, message, or packet switching. Routers and gateways operate in the network layer. Mechanism is provided by network layer for routing the packets to the final destination. Connection services are provided including network layer flow control, network layer error control, and packet sequence control. Break largest packet into small packets.
Okay.
So, transport layer. The transport layer, or layer 4, is responsible for the transmission of data across network connections. This layer coordinates how much data to send, how fast, where it goes, and this sort of things. And additional capabilities including error, recovery, data flow, and the transmission. Once the transport layer has completed its function, the data is then passed to or from the network layer. And additional, this purpose of this layer are transmits data using transmission protocols including TCP and UDP. To provide a reliable mechanism for the exchange of data between two processes in different computers, ensures that the data units are delivered error-free, ensures that data units are delivered efficiently, ensures that there is no loss or duplication of data units, and lastly, provides connectionless or connection-oriented service. And next, session layer, or layer 5. Session layer is the construction, direction, and conclusion of connection between devices offered. This layer supports multiple types of connections as well as being responsible for authentication and reconnection if a network interaction should occur. After the session is established, the data then passes to or from the transport layer. And the additional purpose of this layer are provides mechanism for controlling the dialogue between the two end systems, which is called session between applications. This layer requests for a logical connection to be established on an end-user request. Any necessary logon or password validations is also handled by this layer. Session layer is also responsible for terminating the connection. This layer provides service like dialogue, discipline, which can be full duplex or half duplex. And lastly, session layer can also provide checkpointing mechanisms such that if a failure or some sort occurs between checkpoints, all data can be retransmitted from the last checkpoint.
Start.
Presentation layer. The presentation layer or layer 6 perform the uncomplicated task of syntax processing or converting data from one format to another. This layer handles translate data from the top layer, which presented application format, to networking format and vice versa.
So the next one is application layer. So we'll describe the layers from the top down, as the top layer is the application layer or layer 7. This is the layer that most users interact with and will recognize. So the application layer provides network services to the end user. Other examples of applications that use this layer are Office, Outlook, and Skype. All of those interactive applications provide a set of service that allow the application layer to supply data to and receive data from the presentation layer. So, sending emails, for sending emails, SMT protocol is used. Web surfing is done with the help of HTTP or HTTPS protocol, while transfer is done with the help of FTP protocols, and for virtual terminals, Telnet is used. So that is all about the OSI layers. So this is again the group 5. Good day and thank you for listening and watching the video.